The days when you can send your kids off to the first day of school with a lunchbox and a hug are long gone. Along with the hug and a lunchbox comes a notion of new clothes and fresh set of supplies, the latest and greatest tech tablets for doing homework and more. And joining us to tell us how we can budget for the daunting and expensive task of back-to-school shopping is Connie Tarosian. And she's the program manager for the Virtual Counselor Network, which is your one-stop resource for finding help with various financial issues, like, for example, back-to-school budgeting. Welcome, Connie. How are you?
Great. Thank you for having me.
And Connie, thank you so much for joining us, too. And Connie, we thought the subject will be very important, because in California, everybody goes back to school starting in August. So from August to about the first week in September, a lot of people are finding out when it comes to the budget about what the kids need and everything. So we're so happy to have you with us to navigate through the financial part and also some things that can help us to get the budgeting done. So, Connie, why don't you tell us about the cost that is involved with sending our children back to school?
Well, it's estimated that an average family will spend about $700 on back-to-school gear each year. So you've got backpacks, school supplies, clothes, and then many of the schools are now using laptops and tablets, phones, and electronics for school supplies. And actually, my son they have a bring their device to school policy, so they can use their phones and computers at work, that they can use them at the school to do research and look up projects and things. So my son needs a new computer every year or so, so that adds an actual extra expense.
And
but at the Virtual Counselor Network, we're able to help people find some financial tools to help them prepare for this expense and save some money on back to school.
Yeah, Connie, you bring up a very good point because, if you look at how technology changes every year, you have to have more than 16 gigabytes on your tablet now. You have to have 32. And next year it's probably going to be 64 and then 128. So definitely every year things are changing.
It's so true. Technology is changing the way our kids are learning about things. And actually, they can do so much with their electronics, look things up. And actually, my son does his homework on Google Docs. So there's no reason that you can say you left your homework at home, you forgot it, because it's always on the internet, right? It's always available. Absolutely. And, you can now look at your son's grades and projects and all that online. So technology is really changing things. It's actually making it much more efficient for us as parents to oversee what your kids are doing, but it also is a lot more expensive.
Yeah, that is so true, so true. So what can listeners do to budget for the expensive time of the year? Because if you have kids in school, you know that it's coming. So when should they start the budgeting process?
Well, it's never too early to start planning ahead and putting some funds aside each month. Or even if you think about it in April, when you get your tax return, you should put some few $100s aside to save for school supplies. Or you could put some money aside when your kids get money from, birthdays or graduations or whatever it may be. But we really recommend that you budget for this time of year ahead of time. But most folks, let's face it, don't always do that. So we at the Virtual Counselor Network can help folks with developing a spending plan, improving their credit, and actually helping them save a few bucks to afford those expensive school supplies by offering free credit and budget and housing counseling through our nonprofit partners at the Virtual Counselor Network.
Wow, that is so true, because that leads into our next question about what exactly is VCN and how does it work. So let's say I'm a parent and I log on to the website, and what's my next step?
So the next step is, if you're fairly comfortable with computers, you can fill out our simple one-page intake form with some demographic information, and then it's going to ask that you call in to our Virtual Counselor Network and connect with one of our triage counselors that will go over your intake with you and then find out what exactly the assistance you're looking for. If you're looking to develop a spending plan or a budget or help you save some money on your monthly expenses, They will look for a counselor from a local nonprofit in your area and then connect you live to that counselor, all from the comfort of your home or wherever you may be calling from. And it's live, real, internet live connection with a nonprofit housing credit counselor. And they can offer things like improving your credit, help you save some money. They'll go over your budget with you and help you figure out where some holes are, where you can save some money each month so that you can get your money back on track. And you can be really managing your money versus letting your money manage you.
That makes a lot of sense. And Connie, I think this is some great advice even for ones who don't have children on how to budget and save a few bucks. And I was looking at a report, a recent NRF poll revealed that 29% of households with school children from 6 to 17-year-olds plan to spend more on back-to-school items this year than they did last year. Now, Connie, with your organization, do they kind of give the parents or the parent some good advice when it comes to buying clothes and shoes, maybe not spending so much on the Air Jordans because their kids are going to grow 2 more inches in the foot and they're not going to get the wear and tear out of the $185 shoes?
Exactly. Well, you can always shop for those back-to-school sales. They're having them right now. You can't miss, on the radio, TV, everybody's talking about back-to-school, and it's a great time to save some money if you do have to go and purchase supplies. But you can also reuse some of your school bags and pencil cases and things from last year. You can just clean them up a little bit. And I always grab a couple pens or pencils when you're out at those, locations where they're giving those things away for free. And then I keep them in my office at home. And then I say, go ahead and go shopping in my office drawer and get all the supplies you need because I've got a stack of them. So it's always good to be thinking about it throughout the year. People think they have to go out and buy new things, but they actually can reuse some of the old things, talk to other neighbors and see if they have, kids that have outgrown their backpacks or whatever it may be, and, borrow stuff.
That's true. One of the things I like to do is when I go to a restaurant, how they leave that nice pen in the billfold for you when you sign your credit card. I ask first. Though.
Exactly.
I always ask
See, you probably got a nice collection at home, right?
Yeah, and I always ask them, I say, hey, do you mind if I take this? So I can have it at home. But if you're just tuning in to In the Fast Lane, I'm Paul Amadeus Lane. I'm joined by Connie Terosian. She joins us here. She's the program manager for the Virtual Counselor Network, helping us to find out that one-stop resource for finding help with various financial issues, like when it comes to back-to-school budgeting and some of the services that they provide. Now, Connie, we talked about the services of budgeting. Now, are there any more of the services or budgeting does VCN offer besides the budgeting services?
So VCN can also connect folks to our network of counselors who can help with not only credit and budget counseling, but they also can help with if you're looking to buy a home. We can help you with that. We have educational programs. We talk about down payment assistance programs to help you get in there. If you have a home already and you're having difficulty making your mortgage payments, we help with loan modification counseling.
Wow.
We also help with legal services. So if you are having a problem with your landlord, we can help you with rental counseling, or you're getting evicted, we can help you with that. And our services are available in English, Spanish, Vietnamese, and Korean.
Wow.
And all free of charge.
That is so cool. So you're leaving no stone unturned. And Connie, what I see what's going on today in the financial realm when it comes to families and things like that, it seems like that we are, a lot of us are living beyond our means. We have a lot going out, not a lot going in because of the way that we spend. And it sounds like that your organization here kind of reprograms us on how to budget, it's okay to have some savings. I know sometimes when I get some savings, it's like I'm burning a hole in my pocket. I always want to buy things, but it's okay to save, right?
Exactly. And it's a good idea to save for those emergencies too that might come up. If your car breaks down, your water heater goes out, you need money for those types of situations. So we always encourage people to get a hold of their finances, and don't be afraid to ask for help if you need help, because really, once you look at what you're spending your money, how much money is coming in and how much money is going out, you'd be surprised that there are ways to save a couple of $100 a month by cutting out the Starbucks and cutting out going out to eat once or twice a week. You can actually save some money each month if you really look into your finances and get a hold of them. So we try to do that at the Virtual Counselor Network. We try to help people not be afraid, but kind of tackle their financial questions and get them answered, and provide them with the solutions to help them, improve their financial situation.
That's amazing. And is the hope, Connie, with this whole thing with helping out parents, that parents can pass on these kind of tools or lessons to their children too, so that they can know as they get older the value of budgeting and the value of not having wasteful spending?
Exactly. I think parents really need to do that for kids these days. It's so easy to just go to the ATM and get $20 and hand it to your kid, but when they have to work for it, when they understand what it takes to make the $20, they appreciate it more. So teaching them budgeting skills and saving skills early on really makes for an easier life in the future.
How true, how true. So, Connie, the $6 million question. How can our listeners get more information about VCN?
So they can visit our VCN online at virtualcounselornetwork.org, and you can find a VCN location in your community, or you can also just call our 800 number at 826-1502, and they can connect to a live counselor. It's easy, it's free, it's convenient, and it's a connection to nonprofit counselors that are in your community.
Sounds good. And Connie, sometimes I get hate email where people are like, why don't you have them repeat the number again? So Connie, I'm going to have you repeat that number twice, and also how they can get in contact online too. So I won't get any more hate mail in my email box. Okay. So can you repeat that number for us, please?
Not a problem. So the phone number is 800-826-1502. That's 800-826-1502. Or you can visit us online at virtualcounselornetwork.org.
Awesome, Connie. It's been an honor talking with you. And Connie, just one other question before we let you go. I know with confidentiality and everything, you can't reveal anybody's name or things like that, but what has been some of the kind of feedback you've gotten as an organization of helping parents to really navigate through this and get a budget and everything? Have there been some good response from this, from helping ones out?
We have some amazing success stories. Folks who didn't even know that they could find a couple extra $100 per month. They had no idea what they were spending extra money on. Sometimes when we don't manage our money efficiently, you're paying extra check card fees or late fees and things, and those things add up. So when you're really able to look at your budget and manage your budget and know how much money is coming in, you can actually save some money. So we have some amazing stories of individuals who came in who thought, there's no way I'm going to be able to save any money or be able to, buy new things for my kids. But they were able to, once they came to us and got the counseling, they were actually able to save some money and buy their kids things and plan for things in the future. So we have some amazing success stories, and we'd love to have more of those.
Connie, it's been a fascinating time that I've had talking with you about this. I don't know more parents out there who are caring for kids. This is some valuable information. And Connie, let's give that number out again, and also that web address, please.
So you can connect with the Virtual Counselor Network online at virtualcounselornetwork.org. That's virtualcounselornetwork.org. Or you can call our 800 number at 800-826-1502. That's 800-826-1502.
Awesome, Connie. Thank you so much, and we'd love to have you back on again. And we can talk about some of the success stories and some other things that you guys are doing throughout the year, too, for parents and ones who are caring for school children.
Thank you so much for having us. We love being a part of it.